Hey y'all, we
Hey.
back. Welcome to 2023.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. We are back for our Housewives of Potomac review. Our first review for 2023. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Angela Suggs.
I am Jasmine Suggs.
And we are reviewing season 7 Real Housewives of Potomac, and we are going to jump right in. We had a week hiatus. Well, they had a week hiatus, so we took a week hiatus, and now we back. Okay, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all those things. We jumping right into episode 12, which was titled "Mic Drop." I mean, it was all right, but here we are. I had to write it down because we was watching it together, and so I was not on my computer typing. So hopefully I can understand my handwriting. Here we go. We start off. Karen and Ray are at the DC Improv, because that's where she booked her show, and she is excited to be there because she's the first non-comedian, according to Karen. She's the first non-comedian to ever be at the DC Improv. So kudos to her for that. Like, I like Karen. Okay, I don't care. Like, Karen, she be doing her thing, the grand dame. And when Ray was asking her about the show, she was like, "Yeah, I know what's going on. Matt, tell him.
Tell him what's going on, Matt."
Because he was like, I think the whole consensus of this episode, nobody knew what was going on with Karen's show. And
including
Karen
herself.
Yes, and Karen couldn't even tell us. I'm like, she's talking about something. Don't get it twisted. Matt is my producer. So Matt is doing the show. Like, I don't.
This is Matt's show with your name attached to it.
Absolutely. That's all I have for that first scene. Do you have any thoughts?
That's all I said. I said, this is the Matt show. And I said, po baby, Uncle Ray was trying to be included, trying to act like he knew exactly what was going on, trying to, support his wife. But he was lost. The only person that really knew what was going on was Matt.
I was confused, and they was talking about Grindr. Do you know what Grindr is?
I guess grinding on each other. I don't know.
No, so if I'm thinking, no, because she was talking about what's his name?
Michael
getting caught on the Grindr. Grindr is a gay app, dating app, or a hookup app. One of the two. I don't want to be wrong. I know it's like it's either
now that does make sense though, then, because they had went to saying that Michael was on that, and then Uncle Ray had asked, was it going to be happening, and it opened up June 1st, which is the first day of Pride Month. Or whatever, so that makes sense if that's what.
But I'm just saying, I don't know if I don't want to be wrong in saying that it's a hookup app or a dating app. It's one of the. I don't, because I don't want to say. I'm gonna stick with dating app because I don't want to be offensive and say like it's just a hookup app, because I feel like that's the same thing people say about
the same thing. Well, I feel like it's the same thing dating.
What's that one app? Tinder. There's swipe left, swipe right, just a hookup app. So that's what I mean when I say that. Like, some people be on there for real dates, some people be on just a hookup. So whatever. But that's what Grindr was. So that's why I was confused of why they was talking about Grindr. Because he was like, are they going to be grinding, or is Grindr going to be there, or whatever he had said?
Po baby, he was just trying to fit in. He didn't know what was going on. He just knew that his wife was on that thing, and he said, "Let me take a picture of her, and this is Pride Month. This is for the gay people. So let me just put my little."
Grindr gonna be there? Because
my little one cent that I know about somebody gay. Then he said, "Yep, I know something. So let me say this real quick." And that's what he did.
I just want to know, is Grindr gonna be there? Because I know about
like
that.
He was a person or something.
Oh, all right. Anywho, the next scene, we are at Mia's house. Jacqueline comes to visit. She refers to Jacqueline as her sister wife without benefits. So what I thought what's a lot of things I thought was weird. I always think everything is weird with them. Let's just say that. But first thing I have is, they were talking about the other women being jealous of their friendship and their relationship. And, I do agree that you don't know what people have gone through. So, like, somebody can't come into our friendship and know where we've come. So the things that we've dealt with, y'all may not know, y'all may not never understand because you weren't there. I get that. However, I don't get how my children is screaming. My child. I don't get. Just ignore him, you guys. I don't get how she can shower with Jacqueline, but G said she don't shower with him.
With me, like, girl, something got to give. Like, I don't understand this.
She's almost like, yeah, we shower
but
together.
I do. Well, what she did say, which I do get though, I ain't gonna lie. For
the
me,
temperature of the water and stuff like that.
The temperature of the water, yes, because I do not like lukewarm.
But do you
water.
not shower with your husband ever because of the temperature of the water?
I mean, that was an excuse that she was
exactly.
Using.
I don't.
But
all the women that I've ever known that have husbands or men that they are with,
I was like,
are dating. But some people, just be dating, but they have showered with the opposite sex. Every woman that I have ever known has always said, or even just the opposite sex that has showered with a woman has told me that women like the water hotter. And we just be like, this is regular. What are you talking about? And they get in the water and be like, oh, you shower like this? Like, what are you talking about?
Death.
Yes, exactly. So I definitely, I got it when she was saying that, but I'm like, but that has not stopped me from getting into the shower with my man. Like, I will still take a shower with him. Not but all the time. You got to think
about it. Like, we've never showered together. So it's just like, the stuff that they do is not exactly the stuff that they do. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, even for her to be like, well, we shower together. Everybody thinks it's sexual, but it's not sexual. But I mean, I do enjoy the view. What are y'all talking about? What are you talking about?
Girl,
oh, you do? Thank you.
She bi. She just bi.
I mean, I know what's her name. Well, they both are. Yeah. We couldn't know. That's the thing. Yes. So that's why it gets like, we know that you guys like to dibble and dabble with other women. So why would we not think that you guys are dibbling and dabbling with each other, especially when you are doing things that are suspect? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's very much, I can say that it probably does happen. Maybe they don't mess around with each other and they just that comfortable with each other, whatever. However, I've never been that comfortable.
Believe it.
I've never been that comfortable with somebody to want to take a shower with them. Like, I don't know. Turns out that Mia and G put the down payment down for Jacqueline's Porsche. They didn't buy it, but they put down the down payment. And she was doing too much talking for me. Like, she could have just been like, because she was like, yeah, so they wanted to know if you guys had bought my Porsche, and I bought it. My name is on it and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, was I going through a situation? Was I leaving a bad relationship? And was I financially in a bad situation where I couldn't do? Girl, just hush. Just say. I mean, at the time I wasn't doing that great financially. Y'all helped me put a down payment. Y'all my friends. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like,
if you had it, I mean, if you got it. Ain't some really good friends, because she shown took advantage of it, because who said you had to get a Porsche? Like, if you was already coming through something, like, what? How come you couldn't get a Honda Civic? Like, what is going on? You got
kids, or at least a kid. So financially, if you already in a financial bind, the Porsche made sense. Like,
they the dumb ones to put the down payment on it, because that down payment of the Porsche probably could have been a car that you could have bought. Like, how about we take this money and let's go get me a Toyota Camry, because they gonna last longer anyway. Like,
they should have helped her budget her money.
But they didn't care because they got it. So,
girl, how much is a Porsche?
But that was just the ones that I've been looking at, it's not that much no more.
So maybe depending on.
But I'm pretty sure she didn't get no.
No use.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably like the ones that I seen.
If it's like brand 58. New, I was gonna say
that's a 2019. A 2023 is 94,000. But see,
that's used. These are all used.
Yeah, these are
used. A used Porsche for 128,000.
How is a 2023 Porsche? I already got 8,000 miles on it, $94,900. That's just, I promise y'all, when I get it, I'm not spending that much money on no vehicle.
If you get a 2023 Porsche Spider, it starts off at 103,000. So depending on what kind of Porsche you got, like, but even then, like, what kind of
money?
You could have got a Camry.
I mean,
a Ford.
I'm talking about like fully loaded, like the best out there, hybrid, electric car.
But
like
clearly, what's her name said, what kind of girl, what kind of friend would I be, you know, if she ain't pulling up with her Porsche? So maybe
a responsible one.
Because clearly we see next week y'all fall out.
Okay, so you gonna ask for your car back? See,
so
stuff
I
like
hope you
that.
paid your, I hope you paid your car note. What's her name? Because
or did she pay them back? Like, I want, like, stuff like that. It's like I wouldn't want you to have it over my head.
Jasmine,
like,
you
ain't even pay me back. Listen, if I had the money,
you'll buy me a Porsche.
So listen to this. So it would have. No, seriously.
Yes or no question. Yes or no. Just playing. Go ahead. I'm listening.
If I had the money, it still would be like, I would have to think this out. Like, okay, so what is the reason? Y'all
gonna put me through a questionnaire. Y'all would be like, so why do you need this car?
This car.
Like, why? What is this vehicle? How many seats? How many children do you have?
Exactly. Like, it's gonna be a whole thing. Like,
it's a date night car for you and Marcus. What's going on? Where are you gonna park it? You guys already have 2 vehicles and a motorcycle. Where are you gonna park this car?
So stuff like that, like things like, it's going to be, I'm going to make sure that you are represented well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of chick that I'm going to be.
Yeah, you're a good
I'm not
friend.
like, because I'm not going to be in debt and all of this other stuff. No.
Well, let me clarify. I will never want a Porsche anyway. I'm never. I don't care about cars.
I'm kind of liking the trucks, the Cayenne. I don't
know what they call, because I ain't never looked at them. Listen, y'all, I don't know.
I've always looked at them, but then like, Aaron had told me, he was like, well, some of them are affordable. I was like, no, they ain't. And I looked them up. I was like, yes, they are.
You're right. Look, you're right. You so smart, honey. Listen, let me look. He might get
so
you a Porsche.
If y'all see me with a Porsche, y'all just know.
Is it a Porsche or a Porsche? Because I didn't heard both
just
ways.
Porsche.
Where they be like Porsche. But that's all I have to say about that, I think. Did you have anything else for that scene?
I was just saying. Right.
If y'all want to buy me a Porsche, I ain't gonna stop y'all. Somebody want to buy me a Porsche, I ain't gonna stop you.
I mean, it depends. I mean,
if y'all want to send some money for me to buy a Porsche, I ain't gonna stop you. So then the next scene, we are at the restaurant with Ashley and her other friends and Giselle. Now this probably was my favorite scene of the season. I mean, not the season, of the episode, because my favorite cast member came through. Okay. And that would be production. So, and I was hoping, like, when she started telling her story, I was like, because when it started, it had showed her at the party, and then it showed Chris, and I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if they showed the whole thing, like, and then they proceeded to show like everything, and I was like,
gonna be really cool. They know how dope they are. Production, you're dope. Okay,
listen, my favorite cast member. Keep doing what you doing. You the real MVP. Like, don't let nobody tell you nothing, okay? Don't let nobody don't let none of these women try to tell you that what you said ain't right. Because they be lying. Anyway, Deborah tells her version of what happened at the spring fling, which is that she was at the bar and Chris came over, and she said he came over and he was like leaning on the bar looking at her for like 2 minutes, and production did their job. Cute. And she was talking about something. Well, I wasn't looking at him, but I could see. Same thing Mia said. They could see from their peripheral that he was looking at them. Now, this is the thing. Like, it's just like the audacity. Like, I have done something similar where you somewhere and you feel like somebody looking at you, like, because they on the side of you. But if I'm not looking directly, how can I tell where your eyes is and where your head at and what you're doing? I'm looking this way. You can be standing right here and I can think that you are looking at me, but your body just facing me. Just because your body facing me don't mean that your eyes, your head, anything. Because what production showed us was that this man was looking down at his phone. Okay? He looked down at his phone. He ain't looking at you. He ain't worried about you. He ain't thinking about you. None of them things. He don't know nothing about you. Don't care nothing about you. Come on for 2 minutes. Girl, but I saw it on my peripheral. And then, of course, production talking about some Chris not staring at Deborah. Chris not staring. And he was there for about 2 minutes. And Chris still not staring. Like, he ain't thinking about you. Then she was like, he came over, introduced himself or whatever. And he was like, oh, yeah, my name is Chris. And she was like, oh, my husband's name is Chris. And he was like, oh, okay, us Chris's. What did she say? He said us Chris's.
She said us Chris's. We
act the same. We tend to act the same, or whatever. And she was like, or whatever. So like that was her version of events. And see, y'all see our kid like the screen. They are practicing.
I don't.
They practicing when they out here.
They try to catch it. I was just like, I'm just gonna.
When they out here when they out here being singers, y'all can say y'all remember when, okay? Like, oh, I remember there used to be in the background they mama's podcast. Like, y'all was here. AM. That's gonna be the name of their group. AM, like AM and PM. AM. Okay.
They wake up early and they be on 10 in the morning.
Listen.
AM.
Okay.
Air in the mouth.
All right. Okay, so then production played the clip, and I feel like she spoke to him or something. I don't know.
Yes.
That was like, like she made it seem like he came up to her, started talking to her. Where I feel like in the clip production show, she clearly
went over there,
conversation,
ordered her drink or whatever, turned and said, "Hey, my name is Deborah. Hey, my name is Chris.
Oh, my husband's name is Chris. He looking. I feel like he was still looking down at his phone,
still looking at his phone.
He was like, "Oh, okay,
yeah."
It was one of those where somebody talking to you and you just be like, "Okay, like, my husband's name is Chris. Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Well, my wife's name is Candace. It's not Deborah, so, but that's what's up. That's
what's up. Like, I don't like. So then. I put in there like production did their job while Deborah made up a whole fake conversation that she had with Chris. Then she was like, "Oh yeah," and then Happy Eddie came over there, whatever, and they're like, "Oh, who is Happy Eddie?" And she's like, "Wendy's husband." And then he came over there all happy and smiling, and then they showed a clip of Eddie coming over to the men because it was Chris. I feel like Ray. Yes. Like he came over to the men and he laughing with the dudes.
And it seemed like they wasn't even by the bar. Like it looked like they was like exiting out, like, like, yeah, you saw that game or whatever the case that they was talking about. Like, ma'am,
shut up. So then there was like, well, like they were talking about her telling Candace, like, oh, what did you tell Candace what happened? Maybe she would appreciate it. So both, of course, Ashley and Giselle was like, oh, no, she didn't appreciate it. She didn't like it, whatever else. And then Ashley was like, all of her friends were present when all these said things went down. And she believed her friends because her friends are not liars. So, Ashley, I need you to reevaluate your friend group because for you to sit up on this camera and tell us that your friends are not liars, and for production to show us the clips that they showed us, it appears to me that your friends are liars.
Or friend, because only the person that was talking was Deborah.
The other two said that they were there, but they never said that.
But they never said anything. And even the caramel skin one, like when they would put the camera on her, it didn't even look like she was convinced of the story that was going on with Deborah. She just kind of was like, okay, like, like, girl, like, so let them, if all of them was there, what happened? Like, and Giselle,
Deborah kind of seemed like type of person that'll just like, if Ashley was like, girl, I'll give you, just how I was talking about the other show when she seemed like she probably that person, because it was like when the other girl was talking. Now that's one thing I'm working on too. I should have said that in our podcast episode, is I'm working on like not. I talk a lot. That's just what I do. But like interjecting so much, like, like taking my time to let you finish saying what you're saying. And then that's why when you was doing the, when you was like, say what, I was like, because I'm working on just not, because I be feeling like I cut you off sometimes and I be feeling bad for that. But, yes, y'all, listen, we just all off topic, but I'm just saying this things that I'm working on, but I can recognize in other people. So when the one girl was talking, the light-skinned one that was sitting next to Ashley, and she was saying how she knew Ashley for like 12 years or whatever, and whatever she was saying, Deborah was just waiting to get in there. I could like that because the camera was on her and she was just, and it was just like, my dad, girl, what you got to say? Like, just be quiet. So it was like, I don't think I'm like attention seeking. Like I don't be wanting that, but it was like in that moment, it just kind of seemed like Deborah was just like, "Oh, let me,
here's my moment."
Let me tell them, like, I got to make sure I earn my keep because Ashley gonna fire me if I don't get,
exactly.
It's like, I remember what I got to say.
That's not what we talked about. I paid you this.
And I think too, she probably was drinking. So she probably like, I got to make sure I get it out while I'm sober. So let me, oh, girl, hold on. Let me tell you, because I remember my lines. Let me say. Oh, so yes, they talk about Ashley and we talk about Eddie. They talk about Ashley said her friends wasn't liars. Then Deborah said, so this is, me and Jasmine watched it together because I had to pause it and make sure I heard what I heard right. Because they talking, so after they talk about Candace, not appreciating what was said, then Deborah says, well, she'll have to talk to Chris again next time she see him so they can have a longer conversation. For why?
And we were so confused. Like, for what?
Especially
what would you have to talk to him for? Like, was you going to try to convince him that he was trying to push up on you? And if that was the case, why would you want to convince him of that when
if that's what he did?
Right. When obviously he not trying to be in that position with you, so you're going to be like, you know that you was flirting with me. You know that.
And she's married. She's a married woman. So what married woman is going to go all out of her way? If a married man pushed up on me as a married woman, I am not going to go out of my way to go talk to that man again. Like, unless...
Exactly. I would be feeling so uncomfortable.
Unless, I told y'all already, listen, I'll put the clip in here, but I won't because that's too much editing. I had already said that she liked Chris. She got a thing for Chris because I don't remember what all I said, but I know I said it. She got a thing for Chris. And that's why she worried about Chris. Because that's what it was when I was like, she was talking about Chris pushing up on her. And then when she was asking Ashley if Candace was going to be at that event or whatever else. And it's just like, why are you worried about? Why are you worried about
trying to make
Chris
sure
and
that
Candace?
she could get up in there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they were serious. So that makes me look at her different anyway, because it's like, why is you checking on another man when you already got you a Chris?
Husband.
You already got you a Chris
too. Because her Chris don't look like her Chris. She like that Chris better. She want to trade her Chris in. And even Giselle was like, "Girl, Candace ain't gonna let you near him. What you talking?"
Exactly.
You ain't never gonna talk to that man again.
Absolutely not. And you know why Giselle knows? Because she's in that group.
I ain't seen Chris since. First of all, let me just say this. Not only is Candace not going to let you talk to Chris no more, she's not even going to they're not even going to put y'all in a situation to even say you was around him. Because let me tell you what Chris ain't going to do. He ain't coming.
He ain't coming. He is not coming.
You ain't never going to see that man again.
Even the sister that he thought he had, that he could talk and vent about, she came on this season pulling down his name. So you think he going to trust a stranger?
I ain't never even met you. Ain't never take the season with you. Ain't
not.
Said nothing to you, but that's interesting. For you. No, my name Chris. What's up? Hey, Deborah. That's interesting. Your husband named Chris.
Oh, that's so cool. Crazy. Yeah, cool. That whole little thing, like, I just was like, okay, well, you failed. Like, I was like, you wasted your time coming on here because, one, you keep on saying that, well, you said that Chris flirted with you, and even, let's say that even though, I'm really just trying to take the words that she said, like, because when she speaks, when she talked, when she said that scene, I was like, in whatever language we looking at, it can be English, Spanish,
not whatever language,
Italian, French, whatever language we looking at, what made you feel like he was flirting with you? Like, what is the definition for you of flirting? Like, I'm just confused. Like, I'm just so, like, confused of what, like, do you not get, your Chris don't talk to you at all, or like no men talk to you, or when one guy talks to you, just having a regular conversation, you feel like somebody wants you, like,
and
it even was if like, you claim, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
No. But I'm like, even if you claim that he had pushed on you, when they had showed the clip, it was about 5 of y'all right there. So where did he push? Like, if anything, y'all was pushing him, so he moving out the way, but he yet and still was on his phone.
Even when they had showed the clip of him at the bar, like, because she made it seem like he came like super, like he was like this close, like he literally, there was like space in between them, and he was not even like, it was like he just leaned up against the bar to use his phone. It wasn't even like a, like, I'm getting comfortable, like, hey, how are you? It was like, you know, you just be at a bar, just chilling. Like, my wife over there chilling, so I'm just going, you know, like, he wasn't even close to you. Like,
it's
wasn't
just
even
so weird.
And then, like you said, when y'all was speaking, you walked over to, like, you came more to his end, because from where they showed him, from where he was towards the like end of the bar. So where y'all was talking, when they showed the clip of y'all actually talking, you was closer to him than he was to you, because she was, even later on, she said that he had inched closer. He didn't inch anywhere. You
came closer. And you introduced yourself, because you said, my name is Deborah. He said, my name is Chris. Why is you introducing yourself to everybody if you feel like somebody finna be flirting with you?
Because she wants to be relevant.
Girl.
I was feeling bad for her when they was like, when she first came on the show, and it was like, oh, they was on the internet and they had her picture and they was talking about her. I felt bad for her, but now I don't. That's all I'm going to say. Are we done with that scene?
I think the last part that I was going to say is when I think Ashley had said something about, like, I think it was maybe had been in her confessions or something, and she was like, if I was in that situation or whatever, I wouldn't want to run away or whatever the case was. And I'm like, well, we need
ignorance
to get
is not bliss, that part.
Yeah. So I'm like, we need to get under the impression that just because it's something that you will want to know about your husband does not mean the same, because your relationship with your husband is not the same as me and my husband. Y'all like to include everybody in y'all relationship. Me, I don't like to include anyone in our relationship except God.
That part. Okay. That part.
So it's like, don't try to put me in, well, if it was me, you're not me. So, okay? You're not me. So let's move that right along.
But even then, like, I'm just thinking about in comparison to the other show we watched that I was, you know, whatever. It's the same thing where in both shows, this person's spouse has been caught cheating, and there is evidence on evidence on evidence of this person cheating on you. And now you're trying to tell this woman, oh, your man is cheating on you and he doing XYZ, but ain't no evidence. And y'all getting mad at folks, or you want to have an attitude with her because she not listening to you, when why would I listen to you when I ain't not even that I haven't seen anything, because yeah, ignorance is bliss, you know, whatever, and what you just said is true. Everybody may not want to know, but on top of that, there's nothing for me to see. Like as of right now, there's nothing. Like there's somebody who you're saying your friend said this, whatever. Furthermore, I know I'm on a TV show, and I wonder, like, a part of me be wondering, like, did Candace be like, hey, let me see that, because I know y'all got some footage, like, because what I'm not about to do is run around and, you know, look stupid, you know, whatever. So let me see the footage of what happened, because we on a TV show. So at the very least, let me see what happened. I mean, I don't know if she did that. She don't got to do that. If you trust your man, you trust your man. And I know how my man is. So I know he just ain't out here flirting, especially if he is going to do it. He's smart enough to not do it at an event where we're taping. This is my job. Right. He's not going to do it at my job.
Taping, nor where you or your friend is at, when I know that my wife and you are not cool. Like, and I know how messy you are. I know that you love misery. So why the heck would I set my wife up? Like, I like my wife. I don't I don't want to, you know, do anything to hurt her. Now, I could care less about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So it's just like, I don't understand, like, on women, like, it's like you want her to be mad and you want her to, oh, ignorance is not bliss, and but there's nothing for me to know. You haven't told me or shown me anything for me to believe you over my man. And that be the thing, is like, I'm going to trust my husband before I trust anybody else, whatever. And so for you to be sitting up here, or people to be sitting up here and act like she's supposed to just trust her girlfriend. Well, I ain't know you couple years ago. I've known him and I married him. And even if I have known you longer, you know, whatever, this is still my husband, whatever. I ain't saying that it's not possible and that he didn't do it, but why would I believe you?
I have the proof.
Why would I believe you before I believe him when we just going off of hearsay? You're saying what you think. He telling me what he did. He's saying I didn't do that. You saying, well, my friend said he did this. Does your friend have evidence? Does your friend I'm not gonna believe anything until I see something. So I don't know. It's just frustrating because
call me Thomas the disciple, because that's what I am, G. I'm not gonna believe it until I see it. Okay.
Exactly. Like dude said, I need to see it first. Okay. Next up, we go to Wendy house. I only got one comment. I said she told Eddie that Ashley had told her. Now this, I like Wendy and Eddie. Wendy and Eddie remind me of how like I probably would be like, dude, Marcus, let me tell you, why such and such said that her friend said at the party you was flirting with her. They called you Happy Eddie. She was like, they called you Happy Eddie. He was like, they called me. Like, oh, okay. Well, why? She was like, she said you were being over. Like they felt like you were flirting or whatever. And he was like, what I did. She was like, you want to know what you was doing? They said you was flirting because you was smiling. That was so. They both just bust out laughing.
Both like fell out. Like what? Like, please tell me that I rubbed against your butt. I did something. I told you your outfit was nice. I said you look good. Anything. I want you back the thing up. Like something. Like you didn't do anything but smile. You showed your pearly whites.
Not like, nigga, I got pretty teeth. What you? Girl, you look good. What you back?
Right, like that to me, I mean, that's a rough little flirt, but I mean, at least say something or do something
for real flirty.
Right, like are y'all that out of touch that y'all don't know what flirting is? Like y'all that old? Like y'all can't be that old to feel like just because I'm smiling,
Are they that naive to think that? Not even old. You're just that naive to think that a man smiling at you means that he wants you.
Right, like what? So when you go to a restaurant or you go to anything, like nobody posted. Like, first of all, why he can't smile? Like he is at an event that's called Celebration of Life. Like,
that was a spring fling.
Wasn't her thing called the spring fling? She was celebrating life.
Oh, is that what it was? I don't know.
That's what Karen kept saying. She was celebrating life.
Well, you remember? I got my memory trash, so. It was a celebration.
Like, he just was celebrating life.
It's a party. Like, we happy. We supposed to be smiling and networking and talking to people.
Like, and I ain't mad at Wendy. She said, "Look at me."
She was like,
"Wouldn't you be smiling too?"
He ain't looking at nobody else. Look at me. He's smiling because who he with. Look, Exhibit A.
Like, I don't know. Like, everybody. Well, nobody can be friendly. Now, I will get like sometimes you will. Like, you can tell when somebody is like being overly friendly. Mm-hmm. Like, it's one of my coworkers. She was telling me that somebody at our job was like, "Oh yeah, he was definitely trying to talk to you or whatever." And then I was like, "Yeah, no." Mm-hmm. And that's one because we're in the same culture, not of my coworker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when it's a flirt. And I know when it's just like, oh, you cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the difference. Now, mind you, she may possibly be true. But for me, it was like, I did not get that feel of like, okay, dude, like, back up, you know? I wasn't thinking that. But.
Or you could just be naive to it because you ain't thinking about him like that. You know how you could just be like, I don't see that because I ain't on that anyway. So, who flirted with me? Oh, he was flirting?
Or if that was your flirt, like your game is whack. Your game is whack.
Wherever you came from, just take your butts back, okay? Wherever you learned from, you better get your money back.
Get your money back because that was not game, baby. Listen, hunty, listen. Nah, but
Eddie said, I like Eddie because Eddie said, okay, that's fine. I just won't smile no more. Listen. Ain't nobody about to tell me. They ain't gonna say nothing about me. You ain't got to worry about me. That's it. That'll do it.
Like, that'll do it. But yeah.
Anything else?
That was it for that one.
Next scene, Giselle, Mia, and Robin are out to eat. Okay. Now, they had a conversation that maybe I meant to Google this before I came on here, but I'm just gonna. They was talking about boys' balls dropping. Is that a thing? Is that happening?
Girl, I don't know. This is my first son.
I don't know either. I was like, wait, they balls drop. Wait, what are you talking about? Like, oh,
maybe because you know when they, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like it is because you know they do be. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, as a baby,
does that mean like
is that
like a puberty thing?
Maybe that's after they have a wet dream or something. Ain't it something they got to have a wet dream?
I feel like wet
something?
dreams come early though. They can have wet dreams younger. I don't.
Oh,
listen.
Really? I don't know.
We need help, y'all. We got boys. Anyway, I just had that question on there because
right, who got moms. Boys? Because
I'm a boy mom. My babies are young. Maybe I'll ask the 19-year-old. You remember when your balls dropped?
Oh gosh. He gonna be like, what?
What? That's exactly what he. What are you talking about? He'll be like, like Marcus, come in here with me so they don't look like it's inappropriate.
I know, right? Question, like, ask both of them, like, hey, question. Tell me what you think about me.
Marcus gonna be like, oh no, I'm 40. No, like. Well, that's why I want to ask the 19-year-old because he a little bit more, keep more fresh. Anywho, Giselle told Mia how Karen had told her about Mia checking out Jacqueline's lady parts. And she keep talking about something. She don't know why she was doing it. She was just bored or something, or they was bored. Like, who does that when they? Well, we already talked about this at the top of the episode. We don't know why they do what they do. Like, I'm bored. Let me look at you over JJ. Come here, Jazz.
Like, who does that? I'll be like,
flashlight. What a flashlight? Right. What a flashlight? That's I don't even want to look at my own. Why would I want to look at yours?
Like, no, like, stop it.
Yuck. They asked her why she never told them about her hooking up with Peter's girlfriend. She said it never came up.
But he was all there. Like,
he was there. Peter was the topic of conversation the whole time we was in Miami. Like, at what? Not even that. It was the fact that Wendy was saying that's how you and your husband play.
Exactly.
But it never came up.
But that makes sense now that why she got so upset because she was triggered. Like, how did you find out?
But how is it? Why is it triggered? Like, it's so to me. If me and my husband play like that and we don't, and we really kept it a secret, then it shouldn't be then it would be offensive. Then it's okay to react the way Mia did, whatever. Like, what are you talking about? But if you let it be known that you and your husband like to dibble dabble and play
with her friends, Wendy's not her friend.
But it's common knowledge. I mean, you're on a TV show, so it's not like.
Listen, we're talking about Mia here. Don't insert yourself.
She does not get a pass because she's Mia. Like, girl, you on TV. You know that you just said these things. So when somebody says, just because you and your husband play that way, whatever, don't act like it's supposed to be a secret. That's like Candy getting mad because they talk about her and Todd doing whatever. Like, no, we know that y'all do what y'all do. Y'all nasty like that. Y'all like to do that, like to play. Yes, y'all play. Y'all play like that. I don't play like that. So why would I be offended if I play like that, that you're telling me that I play like that, especially when apparently it was true. I mean, you don't play with Peter, but you didn't play with Peter's woman. So help me understand. So why she got mad?
It's no way to understand. Because even then, like how you had used Candy, like I really honestly think that Candy would be like, okay. Like, and I think that Todd would just be like, yeah, I mean, we do play. But I don't think Mia remembers all the stuff that she shares either. Like, I think that Mia forgets that she told the whole world certain things. And then when it does come up again, she's like oblivious to it. Like, what? Like,
what? Who said that?
Right. Like, no, it didn't. No, that's not what we do. Like, don't play with me. So that's why she got upset. No, I don't know. I don't know why that y'all got upset.
I don't know. But whatever. She said it never came up. Then she proceeded to tell them that the woman, that Peter's woman never slept with G. It was just foreplay. She just had foreplay with him, and it just so happened to happen. She said the night of the wedding. And then they was like, wait. She was like, yeah, something about the bachelor party. Then it was like, the night before the wedding. And she was like, oh, yeah, the night before. Girl, it was probably both nights.
It probably was.
Because who says
he had got the foreplay on Bachelor, and he was like, you about to finish this up. So he had told Mia right away, like, listen, I know I said I do to you, but Boo Boo the Fool finna come over here too. So we finna do all of that together. And she was like,
on top of that, though, the girl was in their wedding. She was a wedding singer.
Yeah, like that. Something got to give. Like, this just don't.
She got to go, y'all. She doesn't make sense. She makes this their whole everything, the marriage, the friendships.
It's just
like we're all confused. We don't know what's going on.
It's not a good look for her anymore.
It's not.
This is just not for her. I mean, sometimes reality TV is not for everyone, and for her,
because some people share too much. I
her.
feel like some people share too much, and some people don't share enough. Whatever.
And when you share too much, you get mad when somebody brings up what you already brought up, and
because you forgot you shared it.
Yeah, like no.
Like, girl, you have been an open book, too open. Mm-hmm. You didn't tell us everything.
Everything been open in your.
Just anything else about that scene? All right, we move on to the final scene, which is Karen's show. Karen said she got like how Beyonce got the Beehive, she got the Ladams. They be in her comments supporting her.
That's
that is nice. I mean, I believe her. Like, I feel like Giselle just jealous because they ain't got no. She said, "Well, do you have the Robins?" Or she was telling Robin, like, "I have the Ladabs." They was like, "You have the Ladabs." Well, do you have any Robins? I was like, "Well, I mean,"
I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Like,
don't
be mad at me because I got a fan club.
Okay,
I mean, you could have easily had a club. They could have been the Robins, but they not because you ain't got none because they over here on the Ladams.
Okay,
period. Ashley brought Deborah as her +1. Why? Just drama. Candace brought her mom as her +1. I thought it was very interesting. Okay, so back to what's their names though, real fast. I'm sorry. At the restaurant with Mia, Giselle, and Robin, Mia had said that she was letting it be known, I guess she was irritated that Karen had told them this stuff. Whatever. And she was like, because Karen, I wonder how Karen would feel if I told y'all the real reason why she don't like Charisse. And they was like, oh, well, tell us. But then Mia still didn't tell them. But it's like, why? To me, it was like, why would we even mention that? Why would you mention it if you ain't gonna tell us? If you gonna tell, like, just
she want to show her loyalty. She said, I'm loyal to her.
I was reminded of that because I said, I found it interesting that Charisse was not in the group chat, but Katie in the chat. Did you see Katie name in there?
Aww. That's funny. I did not even know.
She was like the first one. It was like Katie +7. Whoever screenshot they were showing, it was like Katie +7. And then it had show Katie Rouse, whatever. And it was everybody. I think even Jacqueline was in the group chat. Whatever. Dang. I'm gonna have to go back and look, but it was like whoever, because she was inviting them to the show, or whatever. I don't know, but Sharice not in there, but Katie is. So I was like, because that just go to show that they do got a group chat. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna say outside the show, but like, yeah, that's kind of like outside the show, because why wouldn't Sharice be in there if you gonna be called to the show?
But did everybody get a +1? So if everybody did get a +1,
and that's what I felt like they asked that. They was like, she didn't. Did anybody bring her as a +1? Whatever. So
because Robin and Giselle didn't have no +1, so they could have brought her. Ain't Charisse their friend? So why
she's Robin's friend? She should have. Robin should have brought her. Because remember her and Robin.
She not Giselle's friend.
I mean, she's more. Charisse is more.
I get what you're saying.
Robin's friend. Remember, because they husbands. Wasn't her husband his coach or something like that?
Yeah, she was saying something about like Charisse is really the original grind, something or. Something she said.
Yeah, because I think Charisse's husband was the coach and Juan played on the team, and that's how her and Robin had became cool. So that's Robin's friend. Speaking of Robin came late, and the way the production made it look, that baby came, sat down, saw who at the table, immediately reached over and told Candace, this. It was like,
hey, Candace, hey, Candace, hey.
That baby came in.
I ain't mad at her. It's like before this night goes on. Night goes on.
Well, you know what? I think
before this starts, hey, listen. That's the girl that was talking about that she was touched up on you, like your man was all up on her. That one down there.
Girl, you know really? What? You're right, because her and Candace are working on their friendship.
They working on their friendship.
They had made up or whatever.
She said life too short, so she said, nope, these minutes are too. Let me get this on out before this commercial come on. Hey,
because you wait for us to sit there and be like, you let me sit up there that whole show with that girl, and you knew the whole time that was the little Sesame Street Muppet that said whatever about my. Those are the words. Those are not my words.
Her ABC.
Those are not my words. Those are
Candace's from
words.
Candace.
Okay. She called her a Sesame Street Muppet, okay? Sesame Street character, whatever. She did that. I'm just repeating what the baby said. But yes, Robin came in and said, hi girl, that's the girl that said what she said. So Candace was just like, okay, duly noted. Candace didn't act out. She ain't do nothing. She didn't say nothing at that time. The show starts and everyone is confused as to what the show is about. It appears that Karen is hosting this, whatever it is. I don't know. Because first the comedian came out. She was like the opener, I guess. Mm-hmm. Then after the comedian, then Karen came out and she did a 52-second introduction or something and invited invited the Jasmine drag queen person. Mm-hmm. And then they came out and did a show. We're talking about her song budget was $0, but we didn't hear the song. So whatever the budget was, they didn't have enough money to pay for the licensing. So while y'all talking about it was $0, right. Listen, y'all didn't play it on the show. So don't be doing y'all mad. Whoever owned the licensing to that song, they just mad about it. That's all that is. And they taking it out on Jasmine, making it seem like Jasmine's song was whack. Your song is whack. Look, her song probably wasn't even that bad because y'all couldn't even play on the show. Or maybe they doing something with the song and they didn't want to put it on the show. Something like that. Either way it go. So that had happened. Then she invited the Jasmine person and the comedian back out and they did like a little Q&A section. Yeah. I mean, y'all know I like Karen, but I was kind of confused myself as to what was going on. Did you understand what was going on with the show?
Not the whole show.
Okay. So then Mia called herself being mad because Karen told all her business. So she had asked Karen a question like, what would you do if your girlfriend was telling all your business, blah, blah, blah. Let it be known basically that she was talking about Karen, that she had a problem with Karen. Karen basically told her, girl, okay, I'll work on it. Sit down. Whatever. Anybody got time for that? But I'm just irritated because it's like, Mia, you mad at her for doing what they do. That's what everybody does. Y'all all talk to each other and then run back and tell each other what the other person said. Especially, and then when she said, like, you gonna tell these two, and Giselle was like, yeah, because I'm gonna tell it. Exactly. So you are getting mad at Karen for telling them whatever. However, if you would have told them, they would have went and told it. That's what she does.
Just like they just did the last episode. Giselle just sat there and told Jacqueline, hey, so Mia told us this, that, and the third.
Yes, yeah, we know Mia and them like to watch.
This is the memo. Like, this is nothing. So like, why are we acting brand new?
Yeah, like y'all all of a sudden acted like Karen is the problem when y'all all be the same.
Yeah, like y'all got morals and values. Nigga, no. Stop. Okay?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Ashley, I don't know why Ashley felt the need to introduce Candace and Deborah. Like, I didn't introduce Candace and Deborah to each other.
But it's like, Ashley, we really not even on speaking terms still. So why would you feel the need
I don't care to meet your
introduce?
friends? Especially when this is the whole reason why. Well, is this the reason why they fell out?
Yes, because she came out and was saying that one of her friends, which is Deborah, was flirting with Chris,
fighting over a whole bunch of stuff.
But this was the most recent one because at the beginning, I felt like the beginning of the season, they was cool. And then they was at that thing.
Oh, and then that's
she was like, well, my friend said that Chris was all up there flirting on her. And this is the girl. So this is the one that's bringing us conflict in our trying to be relationship building up or whatever. And you think that it's okay for me to introduce you to like that? That didn't even make sense. When you said it out loud, you should have just said, I'm just playing and just kept going,
Exactly. Like, that made me say, girl, let me introduce. Never mind. I don't need that. Never mind. Girl. So she like, oh, Candace, this is Deborah, whatever. And she like, oh, yeah, Deborah, the one that my husband was flirting. I was like, that's right, Candace. Don't even like try to be nice. Don't beat around the bush. Just get straight you the one that my husband was talking to. And Deborah like,
y'all said my husband was. That was the one y'all said my husband was flirting with. That one. Okay. Yeah.
So she like, that's the one. And she was like, yeah. She was like, so tell me, what did he say? Like, Candace like, let me hear from you. Like, tell me what What did he say? He touched you? He
mouth.
was. She was like, no, he never touched up on me. He never. Okay. She was like, but he was being very flirty. He was being very flirty. You know, she told her same story about the conversation and Chris and, oh, that's my husband name. And, oh, us Chris's all act the same. So she didn't got her lines. Okay. Because they are embedded in her head. The baby said the same thing because we saw the clip and that ain't what was said. So she learned her lines. Okay, that baby learned her lines because she told the same story. And I feel like Candace did really well. Like she let the girl tell her, I'll let you tell me that lie and say what you gonna say. And now, okay, you know, she didn't necessarily. What did she say? She didn't say nothing. She just let her say what she said, and she went about her business.
But again, when Deborah said it again, she should have caught herself. Like, this don't make no sense. This ain't no flirt. Like, even if, woman. Like even if you would have, like, even if let's say that, you know, production didn't catch the part where he said, well, all of us Chris's act the same. What does that mean? Like, so that means that he's flirting with you because, like, you married to a Chris. So wouldn't you be like, oh no, my Chris don't be flirting like that? Or what would you have said? Like, I don't get it. Like, where does the conclusion come from? Like, I'm really hoping that somebody edited out of the conversation of what we're missing. Maybe it's gonna come out in the reunion that the conversation was a little bit deeper. But please tell me, where did the flirtation come in at? Like, because he said Chris's or like a lot or
I mean, you know what, now that I think about it, because I'm starting to think like, am I flirty? Because when I meet people or I'm talking to people and they'll be like, oh my, you know, oh, what's your name? Angela. Like, you know, I talk to students and they'll be like, oh, my wife's name is Angela. And I'll be like, oh,
she got a beautiful name.
My wife's name is Angela. My sister's name is, you know, I have a sister named Angela. I have, you know, whatever. My mom's name is Angela. All of the things. Whenever there is an Angela that I hear that is involved, my response is, oh, well, I can already tell you that they are a wonderful person.
Exactly. That'd be the whole thing. Even if I meet a female and they be like, oh, my name is Jasmine. Girl, you got a beautiful name. Yeah. So I'm flirting with her? I'm flirting with her?
Let me stop now.
Because I don't want nobody to think that I'm flirting with.
So it's like you said, like, even if he did say that, how is that a flirt? That's just saying my name is Chris, his name is Chris. Like, oh, okay, you know, that means
maybe we should meet sometime. What do you want me to say? Like, what kind of response did you want him to say that would not make it flirtatious?
I don't know. She wanted him just to talk to her. I'm telling y'all, that girl want Chris. She want Christopher Bassett. Like, okay, she don't want Christopher, whatever her last name is.
She should have stopped immediately in mid sentence when she was like, "Yeah, but he was, he never touched me," and I was just like, "Okay, y'all." So for real, like, and even okay, let's scratch everything, and it's gonna be my last point, and I'm gonna be done. But for real, let's scratch everything. Let's say that Chris was flirting with you. Where did it go? Like, what his wife is there, so it's not like he gonna take you home. I mean, he ain't that bold to do something stupid while his wife is there. What's a flirt gonna do to you? Answer.
Oh, I don't have the answer. I have another question. I have another question. And another thing. We already said it earlier, but you're married. He's married. If he flirted with you, again, we've said this earlier, but why would you want to have another conversation with this person? Like, you want to have a longer conversation with someone who, in my eyes, at this point, you should be feeling uncomfortable around. The words of Giselle. He made you feel uncomfortable. He should have made you feel uncomfortable at this point because you really feel like he flirted with you. But now you're saying, oh, I want to see him again and have a longer conversation. Your turn, Jasmine. Your hand is up.
Lastly, for real, y'all. I know I said that last time, but lastly, for real. Why wouldn't you tell your husband that another man flirted with you if you like felt like he was very flirty? Like, you telling all your friends and your girlfriends and your girlfriend's girlfriends. Why wouldn't you tell your husband?
Maybe, okay, let's play devil's advocate a little bit. Maybe she told her husband. But in what world would I tell my husband and then turn around and want to meet this man again and have a longer conversation with him?
You know why she didn't tell her husband? Because her husband
he don't talk to her.
This man ain't flirting with you.
Because he don't talk to
her. I hardly like you. I know he don't want to flirt with you.
Then me and talk about some, Candace and Wendy over here, like, they like an 8+, and then I'm looking at Deborah and, she's a cute girl, but she's like a 4.
I'm like, she ain't even halfway there. Like, is this 1 out of 10? Like, I Mia, let me know. She was like, I mean, she cool and all, but
I mean, Candace and Wendy, they're like 8+. Deborah,
she's like a 4.
She's cute.
So you halfway there?
You ain't even half they cute, or you only half they cuteness.
No, only and they half not even
cute,
and they not even a 10.
That's the thing; they're not even 10s. She said 8+, so they 8+, 8 and higher.
But 9, yeah.
But even then, you only half cute. You only half cute than what they are. Like it take 2 of you to be just as cute as them. Is what she
right. That's exactly what she said. Candace and Wendy, and you claiming that both of their mans, like both their husbands, not just a boyfriend, not a man, both of their husbands wanted you. While they were there at the same event. Lies you tell.
Or not necessarily her. Well, Chris wanted her, but Happy Eddie, he was just flirting with everybody. Yet everybody wasn't around. Like ain't nobody else said nothing about Eddie.
Nobody else called him Happy Eddie.
Either. I mean, I think their whole group was calling him Happy Eddie just to be funny, but whatever. After the show, this is the end of the episode, you guys, and it's frustrating because it's like after the show, mind you, Candace had already let this girl tell her what she said happened. Yes. So then after the show ends, Ashley asked Candace if she would like to talk to her friend. She like, girl, no. Like, well, Candace, I don't understand why you're acting like that towards my friend. Girl, if you don't get listen, that ain't even my husband. And I just be getting mad at Ashley. Like, Ashley, I be wanting to like you. Like, but you just messy for no reason. You know, good dang well that girl don't want to talk to that girl. She didn't already let the girl talk. And and for that to be Candace, to not have spazzed out on that girl, jumped over the table, tried to fight her, or none of that, because she just was, her mama is here. So she's trying to be good. You know, maybe that's why she acted right, because her mama was there. I don't know. But all I know is it don't make no sense for you to ask that woman, do she want to go talk to the girl? Then the girl gonna say, do you want to go talk to me over there? No, I don't, ma'am. She was like, ma'am, don't.
No, ma'am. She said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Like, but it's like, why do you?
Which would be like, so at this point in time, what would you have thought?
What more do you have to say?
What would have, like, what conclusion were you looking for? You know what I'm saying?
What more do you have to say? Like, you already told me. Yeah,
you told me. So
will he get your number? Have y'all been texting? Like, is he on your Instagram? Did he follow you after all of this happened? Like, what did you not tell me that you already said that I was like,
then okay. I said, okay.
I asked you, did he touch you? You said no. You, or not even. Yeah, I think did she ask him? She said, did he push up on you? Did he touch you? Did he? No, whatever. Okay. He just was flirty.
You said he never touched me. He just was very flirtatious. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Duly noted.
Like what else would we need to talk about for real?
I'm supposed to divorce my husband because he was first because you think not even that because he was flirting. It's because you think he was flirting.
Even if he was flirting on you, did he touch you? Did he touch you?
You know what? That's fine, because I feel like this whole situation, it's like I'm looking forward to the reunion, but I feel like even then they still
gonna have something to say. Like, well, he did this and he did that. Okay, guys.
After or Ashley gonna eat her words and be like, oh, I just knew that Deborah, I didn't realize, like she gonna throw Deborah under the bus. If it's not like a, I was wrong. She's not gonna, I don't feel like she's gonna apologize for being wrong, like her being wrong. It's gonna be, well, this is what Deborah told me, whatever. Or again, so Deborah's gonna be thrown under the bus, or she gonna stand 10 toes down and be like, well, the cameras didn't catch this, or the cameras didn't, whatever. Okay, so but even if the cameras didn't catch the whole conversation, it caught that part of the conversation where she said that he said, oh, my husband's name is Chris. Oh, Chris, we all act the same. Blah, blah, blah. It also caught the part where she introduced herself to him and he didn't come to her. So we supposed to believe everything that she's saying, though. But even the beginning of what she said is a lie.
Right. It's not.
But everything else supposed to be true.
No. Goodbye.
And that's this week's wrap up of the episode. Sorry, y'all. We was here for about an hour, but it is what it is, girls. 59 minutes. But all right, you guys. We shall be back to the next episode. I don't know. Next week we're taking a hiatus because you got to be off for TV. Are you fasting on TV next week?
Dang, I forgot.
So we're gonna have to give you guys a 2
what
for
could
1.
happen, because it comes on. Oh nope, you right.
We'll give you guys a 2 for 1 2 weeks from now. So enjoy
Unless
the break.
we do it before 3 p.m.
We'll talk about this after. We'll talk about it after the show. You might get an episode next week. If not, then know that you're going to get a 2 for 1 the week after. Hope you guys had a great new year. We will see you again soon. Ta-ta.
Bye.